Hi guys, welcome back to our channel.
Hi guys.
In the previous episode we did a carrot and potato farm to feed the villagers. Today we're going to start a village breeder, but before we do that I want to take you upstairs here. While we were offline and Gax was busy planning, I decided to make a little bed upstairs here.
Put our beds here now.
Yeah, I thought we'll put our beds up in the clouds.
Okay.
And you can see all over the place from up here. I think it looks quite
tower
cool.
really stands out, huh?
It does. But
This is gonna be massive.
yeah, if you look down the bottom there, you can see where the villages are that we collected, and the potato and the carrot farm.
Things has changed there a bit, but we'll take you through it now.
But yeah, let's go down there and start building our village breeder, though.
We'll see you down there.
Here we are back where we're going to build a village breeder, and I'll leave this up to Gax because this is too technical for me.
Okay, so you guys will see things has changed a bit. The last episode we built this potato and carrot farm in the back here. Very simple, very basic farm. I just want to show something else. We had some problems. I don't know why. The soil didn't want to get, what do you call it, my love? Fertilized. So we had to replace all the water at the bottom. It seems like, I might be totally wrong here, the more plants we plant or the more vegetables we plant, the drier the soil gets. I haven't gone and checked if there's any game mechanic changes. I will still go and do that. Currently this is not a big issue for us, as we are going to automate these farms later on.
Sorry, left just planting potatoes again.
Yeah, that's fine. As you guys can remember from about 2 episodes ago, we went and only fetched 2 villages. I went and fetched the third one off camera, and we built this makeshift village so that we can start breeding some villagers, because we are going to need more villagers for the villager breeder. This golem is a natural spawn golem. He spawned in here, and we've seen something very, very rare where the golem actually gives the villager a puppy as a gift. Apparently you don't see that very often. I've never seen it before.
It's too cute, this huge thing giving a puppy over.
Unfortunately at that time my OBS was not running, so I didn't record it, but I got a screenshot of it. So this was just a makeshift village, so we can just get them to breed. Basically there's a makeshift village upstairs. We're going to build the same concept for the breeder. We'll move this a bit later on, and as we go along we'll talk through the mechanics of how villagers breed. But here you can see we've got quite a bit of villagers. So the reason for all these villages is, as we just said, the iron farm. But before we get there we're going to need quite a bit of villagers. So we thought we'll first build the villager breeder and get that going, so long be a lot easier than the other methods by curing zombies and that kind of thing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build our villager breeder here, and also we're going to build this villager breeder properly. At first we discussed we'll just build a little makeshift one, but then me and Mistry chatted and we decided that we're going to build this properly.
The other thing that Gax mentioned this morning is that we keep rushing through our episodes. We try to finish a whole project in one episode, and we thought we're just going to take our time on this, and if it doesn't get finished in this episode, then we'll just carry on to the next episode.
We are going to, like I said, we want to build this villager breeder properly, and if it takes 2 or 3 episodes, then it takes 2 or 3 episodes. Obviously we won't let you guys watch every single block being placed, but we are going to take our time and just slow the series down a bit. Feel it's a bit too rushed, but yeah, give you guys a comment and let us know. So let's talk about some mechanics of when villagers breed. Villagers need 3 things to breed. Number 1 is they need a village or valid door. I'll talk about valid doors just now. Number 2 is they need to be willing, and number 3 is they need to have space.
And have 2 of them.
Yeah, and then there need to be 2 of them. There was a while ago a myth that you have to have a brown coat to breed a villager. That is not true. Any 2 villagers will breed. In the farm, I'll talk a bit later about it. Brown coats make it a bit easier, but I'll discuss that a bit later. So valid doors. The game sees a door as a house, so it doesn't look at the whole house. So if you have a door there, block on top, and there needs to be an air block 5 blocks either way of the door. Then it recognizes as a village. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the other side. So there's 14 village doors in that section there. Only 30% of doors will be calculated at breeding. The way we're going to build the farm is what they call the blind spot, where it doesn't check for the population. So that's why we built the village on top, because a village is only classified as 9 blocks high. I don't know if that's too much technical stuff.
No, I'm sure those who understand it will know, and those who don't, I think they have a little bit of a better knowledge now.
Okay. The one thing I just need to say from the beginning, it takes a lot of food. And when I say a lot of food, I mean it takes a lot of food. What we're going to do is later on move that farms into the spawn chunk. Remember, our spawn chunk runs here, so these are just outside the spawn chunk. We're going to move them inside to the spawn chunk, and we're going to automate them so they can constantly produce food, so that we can have this villager breeder running the whole time. Also, the reason for this big village breeder is for our trading center in the main base at the later stage. And what we want to try and do is get all perfect villages in the base. I'm not going to go into much details about that right now. You guys can go and Google what the perfect villager is, but we want to try and get nearly 80% of them as perfect villagers. That's why we need to breed so much villagers. I'm just gonna lay some stuff out quickly to make the build a bit easier, and we'll see you back now. Alrighty, we are back. I just did some markings out for me, just to make the build a bit easier, so I know where to go. I've finished designing this 20 minutes ago, my love.
Yeah.
So I'm still not quite sure
what to do
what
with
goes where. This is the first time I'm going to build it. One thing I just want to show, we spoke about chunks. Press F3 and G, your chunk borders will show. Please make sure that this section, this is where the villagers are going to breed. This section has to be in a chunk. The chunk can't run through halfway through it. The whole thing must be in a chunk. Why are you breaking my blocks?
Doesn't look right.
No. There's a block missing there.
Yeah, I was busy fixing it, and you said
okay.
it didn't. You should be proud of me.
Thanks, my love.
Okay. Only one problem. I do have one. Okay, carry on.
And also, we moved the chest from there to here because we keep running like headless chickens there.
And beds. We put beds down to sleep.
Yeah. So please make sure that this is in a chunk, especially if you run Optify. Reason is Optify sometimes puts chunks in a lazy chunk and half the farm is not producing properly. Please make sure. Okay. Take chunk borders off. We spoke about that. Okay. So this is the layout. We first gonna, let's call it the spawning pad, where the villages are stored. The breeding pairs. We can first build that section. I've already placed that in for me as a height indicator. Just so you know, those fences are 6 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the floor. Take a shovel, take it out. So they are the 7th block from floor level. The floor level will be the level we walk on currently. This is just for me, so I know what goes where, or try to indicate. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab some stuff out of there's just some junk, there's some redstone that we're gonna need. We're not gonna need everything this time around, but later on we will. Also, what we want to put in is a selection system where we can actually select if you want the villager or not. More like a Minecraft Tinder. I did bring wood, so I'm just trying to think because I need levers.
I thought I saw wood.
I also thought I saw wood.
There's wood, yeah.
I just need sticks. I just need to make a lever.
I'll make planks out of it.
Okay, you can make levers along. What I'm going to do is I'm just gonna build scaffolding up here. Get out of the bolt so doesn't get into our way.
Have you got cobblestone? Never mind, I found.
There should be.
Found.
Alrighty, guys. Let's take 453.
It's not that bad, my love.
So we finished placing in the scaffolding. I placed in these fences where the villagers are going to be standing on. They are 6 blocks from the floor. Just to place block for you so you can just see perspective. I place a block on top of the fences. That half slab is in the center, which is on top of that block. So is the glass. I'll talk about the glass just now. So what we're going to do is I'm going to follow that pattern on the floor with the stone slabs, the stone brick slabs, sorry. All that. Oh, you're catching all my stuff.
Yeah, I thought I'd try and help you, but it's a bit high from down here.
So I'm just following that pattern in there. Oops, there's a block wrong. On this side, yeah, use this side and place there, shift. Okay, but what's gonna happen is these glass blocks will have to push in over the villages. So I'm placing the stone brick slab on the side of the glass, because later on we're going to push both the stone slab and the glass in over the villages. So the glass will end up, if I break this and fold it away, it will be, you'll see what it's going to look like. So the glass will end up in there, and stone brick slab will end up in there. So that's what will look like at the end when we finish. The villagers will stand in this glass just with little heads pop out.
Same. We're villagers.
Oh, we have to lock them in. So, but that's what the start looks like. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to build in a guardrail to help us guide the villagers into these little holes, so the stone slabs will come out. They are not permanent. They are purely there for us to guide the villagers in. So they are temporary. But you can place them in the pattern. Next thing that we're going to build is the catching platform. So love, maybe you can come and help here.
Cool.
So the catchment platform is going to be a 5x5 platform straight underneath this. And it's going to be a 3-block air gap between the floor and the fence. So I build 3, make sure you catch all of that, then you can go all the way around, my love.
Must I go?
Yeah.
Next to this?
Yeah, just go right around one layer.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me help you here.
Am I slow?
Yeah, but
Sorry.
1, 2, 3,
Making
4,
sure.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can see now when the villager stands on top of the fence, when the babies are born, they will fit through that gap and they will fall on top of the catchment system. It's very similar to our cow and sheep farm. The way we've done with the adult cows and sheep standing on top of the fence and the babies fall through. Same principle. So what we can do now, my love, is you can help me. Do you have glass on you?
I do.
Oh, do you? Okay. We can maybe just build some scaffolding just to get up here, and we can fill in the glass, but I need the glass on the outside. So I still need the full 5x5 platform.
Oh, so it must be up on like that, not...
Oh, you can go down. It doesn't matter. You can...
I'll leave that gap for us so we can get in and out.
In the middle here, we're going to leave a gap open because that's where the babies is going to be pushed through. And we can just fill this in.
Haha.
Good question. 4 high. One, two, three. Four high. We're gonna build a lot of this out of glass so that we can see what's going on inside. Okay, now. There we go. Oh,
Oops.
and then we'll just leave the 2 gap here so we can get in and out. And
this side?
This side we're only gonna leave 1 gap so that the babies can fit through. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna build the water channel for the food, and then we can start getting the villagers in. Currently this is a 4 cell. I normally put 8 villagers in a cell. We only got 10, so we'll only be able to do 1 now, and then as we're gonna use this breeder full on and carry on breeding. For now, let's just use ice. It's just gonna make building a bit easier, I think.
Can I close these 2 little holes?
No, we still have to get in there. The ice is where the...
Don't slip.
No, it's fine. The ice is where the water channel is going to run. That's going to transport the food. So you can just follow where the gaps is. Now remember this side, this block is going to get pushed in. So this needs to go underneath. This side there, there, there. And there, and remember this is going to get pushed in, so we need to build this on the slabs and like such. So let me try and get on top so I can give you a top shot what it's going to look like. So that's more or less what it looks like to build it.
I'm looking from the bottom.
Yep. Okay. We're now gonna put in the, let's call it the rails to keep the water in. Remember that's gonna get pushed in. So I have to break the block just now again. Put the pistons in. Go around. Oops. I was waiting for it. Waiting for it. There, so jump up. Bring that handrail over. What I'm gonna do while we're at it is quickly place the pistons in. Just so they're in, so you guys can see where they go. Place a block, temporary block there. Break that block out. Place a piston facing inwards. So when we run that piston, it will push that slab and that glass into the villagers. That piston is temporary. The piston is temporary, so that will come out. Just to push. Break the blocks out. We'll do the other side as well. Here we go. Break these blocks out, so that's where the pistons are going. Piston in. And piston in. Break that block. Alrighty, our pistons are in. You guys will notice I have not placed the levers in. Please do not push these blocks until the villagers are in. Okay, so this is done. Next step is to load the villagers. Let's go start building a track and get them in here.
Love, I think your time has run out. You take too long to build.
Well, is that time up?
Yeah, your time's up.
Okay.
So maybe what we do is we call it here and do the villagers in the next episode.
Okay, the government has spoken.
The government.
Unfortunately, our time is finished. So what we'll do off cameras, I think, is we'll build the track in but we'll load the first cell in on camera so you guys can see how that's being done, and then we'll finish off the rest of the breeder.
Is that it, love?
Yeah.
Well guys, if you liked our episode, please share on social media, like and subscribe, and if there's anything you'd like to see in our videos, let us know in the comments below and we'll try and make it happen for you. Thanks guys, bye.
Bye.